Hey, poet.
Oh, hi.
What's going on?
Outside of the fact that I'm just flustered beyond my belief, first, I got to give you the proper introduction. West Palm Beach, I am on the phone with the talented, the beautiful, the very well-fashioned mother, wife, daughter, sister, actress, entrepreneur, activist, and public servant, First Lady Michelle Obama. Good evening.
Hey, honey, how are you? That was a fabulous introduction.
I am
doing it up.
I am blessed beyond belief right now to be in this moment with you. I know that you've been working all day. First and foremost, thank you for coming down to Florida and bringing light to a state that has a very shaky voting history. And
well, we're gonna change that, right? Because the stakes are high in this election, and Florida, as always, is a key state. And that's one of the reasons why I'm here, and the president and I, we're going to be spending a lot of time in the state because we know we have an opportunity. If we get our folks, our base, registered to vote, and registration is an easy, simple thing to do. It's something that should not intimidate anybody. We're going to get this done, and the voter registration deadline is October the 9th. And we've got a great website, gottavote.org, and I know you'll share that with your listeners, but we have made it so easy for anyone, anywhere in the country to figure out what they need to do to register and to get it done. So we know we can make this happen. We're going to change the face of this state, right?
I am with you 100%. For those who have yet to visit the wonderful gottavote.org, it automatically picks up the state that you're logging on from and gives you all the criteria for your state. And you can switch to a different state if you'll be voting from somewhere else. So just know that it automatically sets you up on the right platform to get registered. I will start with this question. I'm not sure if you're aware of what's going on in Florida as far as the voter purge that's already been done and being done in Fort Myers, even though it has no hardcore criteria to pull people out who they believe shouldn't be able to vote. How do we get people to get more information and to not let that discourage them should they feel like, oh, I may not make the cut? Or it's
right. Well, let's just start here by telling your listeners that do not let this process be one of that is intimidating, that people shy away from, because voting and registering the vote is one of the simplest things that you can do. And I want people to know that what we need them to do is make it happen. And we have to keep telling that. We have to tell that to our neighbors and our friends and the young people in our lives that we know who may not be as focused right now, who may not understand what's at stake. It's gonna be one of those one-on-one, person-to-person, community-to-community, going into our churches and our barbershops and our beauty shops. Everybody should be asking each other on the bus stop, did you register? Do you need help? Let me show you what I did, taking people by the hand. And then we need to do that on Election Day, because once you register, it doesn't matter if you don't go and vote on Election Day, which is November the 6th. So this is why we invest so much energy in our grassroots on-the-ground efforts. And we have dozens and dozens of offices throughout the state of Florida. And people can go to BarackObama.com to find out where the nearest Obama-Biden campaign office is. And there will be folks there, team leaders, who are ready to walk people through the process. So if people don't want to do it on their own or don't feel comfortable with somebody that they know, go to one of our offices and somebody will walk them through the process. If they don't like websites, if gottavote.org feels too intimidating, go to one of our campaign offices. And Poet, I know you've got a lot of listeners. You have a lot of people who look up to you, who are listening to you every day. And I just want this to be something that you're putting in people's ears every day. Registration, this is our right, this is our power. We can't make change if we don't have a voice, and we can't let anybody intimidate us out of our own voices.
Exactly. In my excitement of talking to you today, thank you again, by the way, I posed the question, what about voter registration would you like to know from FLOTUS? And one thing that I got was people believe there are a lot of stories brewing that voter registration is eroding. I did pass them to the site. I encouraged them to follow Barack Obama on Twitter simply because that's where I got a lot of the voter information that I got for your interview today.
Right.
It ran all day. One question that did come up is if they go somewhere in Florida to any of the voter registration sites, will they also be able to help convicted felons who may still be able to vote if they get all their paperwork and affairs in order?
You know, I have to say I am not exactly sure about the process for convicted felons, but what I'm going to do is have somebody from the campaign office follow up, because I don't want to give anybody the wrong information, and we'll have somebody follow up so that when we get off this call, you can have good information, because that's an important, that's an important piece of this puzzle, and I don't want to I don't want to misinform anyone.
I appreciate that. I'll also ask that you ask that person to talk to us about absentee ballots. They're giving me the wrap it up like Dave Chappelle, because you're...
Well, absentee ballots are due October the 31st, and gottavote.org is another place to go to find that out as well. But, Poet, we're going to be counting on voices like you. This is why, and we're going to be spending a lot of time in this state, the president and I, because, this election is going to turn on the success of us getting our base out in states like Florida. And just so that voters know, there's no reason to be discouraged. Our numbers are looking good. We have a concerted effort to register voters, and we're seeing great numbers throughout the country. So don't listen to the chatter and the noise. We know what's happening on the ground. I just came from an event in Orlando with more than 2,000 people, and they were fired up, and they were ready to go. And this is happening all over the country. Everywhere that the president and I go, people are ready, they're focused, they're passionate. So I don't want people to, this is going to be a long journey, and it's going to be close. So I don't want people to even get discouraged by the closeness of this race. But if we do what we have to do, and everybody within the sound of my voice today begins to do the work of finding everyone in their lives who is registered and help them get registered and to vote on Election Day, this will be a no-brainer. I guarantee you.
You heard it from the First Lady herself, First Lady Michelle Obama, checking in with the morning show right here in West Palm. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for all the good work we're doing. I'm so proud of you. Keep it going, girl.
I shall. Before I let you go, your fashion is flawless, and I applaud you for being the kind of role model that my grandmother used to tell me about. Like, you are an amazing woman, and if no one told you today, thank you. Thank you for showing it. We're more than basketball wives, and we're more than loving hip-hop. Not mad that I watched the train wreck, but just showing that there's so much more to us. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Well, we know there is, and, I'm just trying to make my mother and grandmother proud, and all of our mothers and grandmothers proud, because we know who we are, right? We know the quality of people, of women we are, and I want our listeners to know that about ourselves,
All right.
This is who we are, right?
Yes, ma'am. You heard it from the First Lady herself, so I'm going to use all of her campaign slogans all together. We're going to join forces. Let's move. Get registered to vote. Thank you.
Go, girl. Thank you.
You're more than welcome.
Bye-bye.
Bye.